recording. You don't have to be pretty in order to hop on this record. But I wanted to say, like, first off, welcome for being here. And this is something new. So this is not like something we've been doing, which I'm excited about. I think this is going to be really fun. I don't expect us to be doing this every week. Oh, Alicia, come on, girl. But I am loving this idea. So the idea came from one, I just wanted you guys to have an idea of like what it is that this business is and like what are the nuts and bolts, and also like how to really build confidence in what you're doing, because we already know for the most part, almost all of us have been here for a minute, and we already know that these products work. And if you don't, I really encourage you to hop on to Trust Your Gut and just start reading testimonies to build your belief in the products, because it is absolutely mind-blowing, the things that these products can do. And I've never seen it anywhere, not even in Western medicine or anything like that. So if you have struggles with the belief in the products, that's the first thing I would do is like search that. And if you have a lack of belief in the opportunity, search the Diamond documentaries. I will tell you on Rising Jewels, that is our business team page. I'm putting it in the chat. If you don't know how to operate the chat, you should be able to see, like, tap on your screen and see the word chat, and you can type in questions or anything like that. And honestly, feel free to unmute yourselves if you need to. And we're getting some extra excitement here. So anyways, so I want to show you, I'm going to screen share for a minute. Hi. Hi. Yeah. So give me just a second here. Let it figure out the share. Sorry, I'm going to try and scoot my stuff over real quick. Okay. Admit. Okay. I'm pulling this up so you guys know where to go. Okay. So, Lindsay's up on. Okay. So in here, while it's deciding to load, when you click your groups, you want to go to Rising Jewels Financial Freedom. And that is where it's our team thread or our team business page. And at the top, there's announcements. And the announcements is really a great place to view. There we are. It's a great place to view. We're getting like so many talks right now. It's awesome. But this is a great place to start, is at the very top of the Rising Jewels page, and click the announcements section, and you can take a look at that, and or even see like the popular posting. Like if you have a question about posting, here's that. The Diamonds in December, guys, that whole section was led by Diamonds, and they each had like tangible tips to learn from. That is something I would highly encourage. If you have not read or listened to any of those, that would be what I would definitely look at. And so, oh my goodness. So anyways, there's the unread announcements. Here we go. So if you click on see all, you can look at like tips and training about mindset. It can tell you exactly where to look for stuff. It also has some that are on resources like research. There we go. Mindset training resources. We've got current success sprints, which means like on the way to conventions in June, and everybody literally has the opportunity to earn these. And I'm telling you, these are not hard to earn. They do take some work, but if you're even looking at like 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes every other day, those things, like these are options that you can totally hit even within that. So I'm going to stop the share for a minute so you guys can see me, because I really want to talk about this. So the biggest thing is that, and Linz, no offense, I'm going to mute you, but unmute you guys if you have questions, seriously. So the big thing is that here are some items. If you're not sure where to start or what this business even is, honestly, it's literally just sharing about things that you love and things that you know can help people. And honestly, when you get to the nitty gritty and the simplicity of it, that's all it is. You do not have to know everything. And quite frankly, you shouldn't, because nobody does, not even diamonds that have been here for 7 or 8 years. They're still learning things. And I think that's something that should inspire you, is you don't have to know it all. And there's a reason why we do 3-way chats and that kind of stuff, is because it's, I've been doing this longer than anybody else on this thread. And so that doesn't mean I know everything, but I also know that there's resources available like Trust Your Gut and Rising Jewels. And also ask in those threads that you guys are in, because if we don't know it, someone else will, or we know where to look. And so there is no wrong question. There's no dumb question. We are all here to learn. And that's one of the biggest things I love that John Maxwell said, is that he said we all start on the same level playing field. It's so true. You could have a 7-year degree, or you could literally be graduated from high school and you could still do this. And so I want that to be encouraging to you. So the first few things in starting up your business will look something like connecting with whoever helped you get started and doing a post. Now, even if you've been in for a minute, it's totally okay to hop on and have post ideas and to run them by your sponsor, because that's what we're here for, is to help tweak, to help like give feedback. And as long as you're open to feedback, then I'd say you're in the right place. Because we all want you guys to succeed. Like we all want to succeed. And so like, I'll even run stuff with like Lauren or Shelly, that are my level ones. And so, and you don't have to be like, you can even ask me. It does not matter if I helped you get started or not, really. That's the beauty of this One Plexus, is that we all help each other. That healthcare professionals event was literally like 2 or 3 different diamond teams that came together after I had asked for them to help out. So, and we only know each other through Plexus. So I hope that helps. So writing your list down here. First thing is a post. If you don't know anything about a post, one, connect with your sponsor. It does not mean you have to have been a pro on these products. And quite frankly, you don't even need to start the products yet. If you're excited about the things that you are ready to get going and feeling better, just share that. Because I have found that if I wait and don't share, I'm missing out on the people that actually wanted to do this with me. Like if you're going to go to the gym and get started, somebody is going to want to do it with you, right? Because they've been waiting for someone to kind of give them a little love kick in the pants to get going. And so they're like, oh, my friend Brittany, she's doing it. I'm going to do it too, because I'm ready. And there's going to be some, they're like, no, I'll watch you and see how it goes. And you're like, okay, cool. Well, I'm still going this way. So you can build that belief too. And then when they're ready, they'll come back around. So from the post, I would highly suggest making a list of 15 to 20. That's a good start. If you're wanting to kind of bulldoze your way, I would really make a list of 100. And believe it or not, that list is really not hard to make. You do not have to be best friends with everybody. But when you start thinking about your friends, your relatives, your spouse's friends, their relatives, neighbors, that your kids have mutual, like a daycare worker, anything like that, you can add them. I have coworkers at work that I've talked about with Plexus. My hairstylist knows about Plexus. My mom's former hairstylist took Plexus, and we're not best friends, but they were struggling and they were ready to get started. So I would make a list of, really, I would do 20 people that you really think could benefit from the products, 20 people that you would love to do life with and do this business with, because that's really what it is. It's just doing life. So if there are people that you would love to travel with and have fun with and do life with, that's going to kind of laugh and cry and pray and do all the things that you love to do, that list of 20. And then the other list of 20 would be people that you really feel like need this business. They need the opportunity. And don't discredit anybody, because I will tell you, with my story, Had someone robbed me the idea of one, buying the biggest pack that we have and just said, start with slim, I would have been ticked because even though I didn't have any money, we were negative $55 in the hole, guys. We had no money. And I bought my first pack on a credit card of 250 bucks. Okay. I felt terrible. I felt like I was a terrible mom, a terrible wife. I couldn't show up for my family the way I wanted to. And had someone just like made that decision for me, I would have been upset about it. So that's why really the job of this business is to offer options based on what they say their health goals are and their struggles. Then you say, okay, these are the 2 packs I'd recommend for you. And if you don't know, Plexus came up with the amazing quiz. If you go on to plexusworldwide.com, click sign up, and then it'll say, here, take a quick quiz. And it takes like 2 minutes, and they already have product recommendations, big pack, small pack, individual items. It's always more money saved when they're doing packs because it's just like at Costco or Sam's. You buy in bulk, you get it for a cheaper cost. And so that is something that I want you to think about. Now, I really want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about when you look at goals. When was the last time that like you guys took a vacation? Like, I really want you to think about that for a minute, because when you had to do that, did you have to work a certain amount of hours, plan the vacation months or years in advance? You know, you only could do so much because of the amount of days you had off. Like my husband, he's in law enforcement. We currently only have 5 days that he can take off between now and June. And we have leaders retreat and convention. And so now we're having to like tinker with things because of his only 5 days off. Well, as we continue to grow in Plexus, that's a goal of mine, is to make it so we can take a vacation without him having to ask for certain days off. Like, I want us to be able to go just because we want to go, have choices. That's what it is. So when was the last time that you were able to go on a vacation? Like, write it down. And how much money it took for you to do that. How many hours of work do you work per week? Add including any time at home that you're working. Homework, writing out curriculums, Brittany Phillips, or anything like that. Documentation time, PTs, nurses, moms. Like, I want you to write that out. Write out that whole setup. So, and you know, if you have to get up early, go to bed late, put the kids to bed, those kinds of things, I want you to think about that on the amount of time it takes for that. Next thing I want you to do, you all have your phones and you're all mostly, I'm the only one showing my face right now, so you guys can all do this, hopefully, unless you have kids in a bath, then please don't. If you have your settings on your phone, do settings, and I want you to go to screen time. Look up how much your daily average screen time is on your phone. The average is 4 hours. So the first thing I want you to tell yourself, because it's mind trash, is if you don't feel like you have time, I promise you do. It's on there. The screen time says it all. I'm just the messenger. So I want you to think about that. So like when you have that number, write it down, because I'm going to want to see these. I want some like harsh realities here, because it was eye-opening and it was sickening to me of going like, I spent 6 hours and I'm going, Kylie, IPAs are literally 30 minutes. You did not make an ounce of income or any type of effort towards income in any of those 6 hours. Like, what in the heck are you doing? The scroll is real, guys. So I want you to think about that. Yes, I see, Lauren. So I'm getting to that. So I want you to write down the next piece, and then we're going to talk about IPAs. So I want you to think about what amount of income would seriously bless your family. Like, I mean, we could all say $30,000, but let's be honest here. Let's start with something specific. What amount of income could help bless you? Like, does it need to cover your mortgage? Do you want to spend more time at home with your kids? And do you want to like do part-time work? Okay, well, what amount of income needs to be covered for you to do that from your job? Do you want to just not work overtime hours? Like I was working 6-day work weeks in healthcare. And so that extra day, what would that look like to be off that extra day? Or to cover groceries for your whole family? How much is that a month? Like be specific. Yes, I'm seeing Lauren's in the chat here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah, 2,500 a month is a goal. Yeah, for sure. Cover school and tithe and donate. Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's got their space, so that's great. Like write these things down and make them visible. Put them on sticky notes. Put them on a vision board. I have these boards, which y'all don't judge. Look at this. You see the holes in there? That's my son. Super awesome and creative. So it's a vision board. I have one in my room, and I'll take a picture and show it, like send it to you guys so you can see what it is. But I want you guys to like make this tangible. Take a screenshot of these things and put it on the background of your phone so you see it every time that you hop on that phone to remind yourself. Now let's talk about IPAs so you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about of how you move the needle in your business. The time amount that you want to use, it totally depends on your pace and how you want to move. So I would highly suggest search Rising Jewels, type in the word pace, and there is a red, yellow, green column that are the triple diamond who basically hit the top of the company 3 times just for funsies. She made it together and it shows you paces of which way you want to work. And it has your task list right there. Red is like product taker only. Yellow is like hobbyist, barely dabble in the business. Green is like, let's just do the dang things and get going, because it's totally up to you. And I want you to be transparent with your person who helped get you started, because we want to meet you where you are. We're not going to drag you across the finish line. It's got to be a 2-way street here. Our goal is to help you, and you have to tell us what it is that you want to do. So that's how we work together. Okay. So IPAs are income producing activities. Usually there are options on that announcement thing for Rising Jewels that talks about like the 3, 6, 9, 12 rule, like in minutes, and it gets to the 30 basically. And so like you can spend 3 minutes wishing people happy birthday. You can do 6 minutes on like a post. Yeah, yes, Shelly, you search the word pace, correct. And you'll see the columns. It's a big picture and it has red, yellow, green columns. I will tag you here in a minute if you don't find it. But anyways, so the IPAs, you've got birthdays, you have reach outs, you have follow-ups, you have customer care, and you have training. They call it the high five, hence the hand. Okay, so high five. Okay, so so that being said, you can do it however you want. You don't even have to do it that way. It just helps you to kind of be organized. And some people will do it as batching. We call it batching. And so batching looks like if I have 15 minutes in the day, that like tomorrow morning in between patients, if I have 15 minutes and I want to just say happy birthday to all my people that have birthdays, I hop in there, I send them their own personal message in their messenger. Hey, so happy birthday, Brittany. I'm so excited for you. I wanted to be able to send you a sample of something I'm super passionate about, and I would love to be able to send it your way just as something special on your big day. Is that cool with you? You could say that. You could just say, happy birthday, Lauren. I just wanted to share that one of our favorite spaces together that I remember was when you came to Austin and we got to do PTs. And so it doesn't all have to be Plexus. Remember that this is a relationship. This is not just everything Plexus. IPAs though are specific to Plexus. So then other than that, The thing I want you to think about here, and this is probably what I will, I'll tell you some resources real quick. Let's do that. And then I'll finish with this. So the resources to find out what you're looking for. Rising Jewels is from the business standpoint. So you can pretty much search anything in there that you want to, but that announcement section is where everything is at. It has product information. It has that posting 101 hashtag. It's got commissions, and so that is a nice place to kind of search. But I will tell you, don't get stuck in paralysis of looking at all the things. If you feel like you do better when you are just given one task to go do and then finish and come back, do that, because that's exactly how we all got where we are right now. Okay. Now the last thing, how to build your confidence when you're talking to people, and knowing who you're talking to. I want you to kind of take a look in the mirror, because I bet you're going to be talking to yourself from a business standpoint and from a product standpoint. The things that you've noticed improvements in your health are probably the people that you're mostly talking to in the product side, because that's what you resonate with. Like for me, it was postpartum. It was my son and I were struggling with constipation. It's my dad's nerve story of nerve regeneration. And those are kind of my main things, like no more painful cycles. So like if I wanted to hone in on specific things on a customer standpoint, that's what I would do. Is share more of that, of like the stories behind it. It doesn't have to be everything all at once. It can be like, on a day I start my cycle or something. Like I remember it being crippled over with a heating pad and purposely buying cars that had seat heaters in it because I was in such debilitating pain. I'm so glad that that's not the norm anymore. Who would have thought? And so I could just leave it like that. If it's a business one, I want you to think about you and financially. Oh, hi, sweet boy. I want you to think about you and your setup financially. Like for me, I wanted to speak to other healthcare professionals that initially just had the heart to help people, but now we're like struggled in debt, because that's what PT school was. It was just a mound of debt. And it's sickening to me that people now have to focus on not being in the setting that they love, because they just have to find one that pays the most to try to even like make ends meet. So that being said, like my goal is to really change not only the trajectory of healthcare, but it's to help empower other healthcare professionals to go from the preventative side and to be able to pay off student loans and not have to be 90 by the time that it's done. Okay. So I want you guys to like really sit back and think about that, of like who you are, what your goals are, and really where you want to take this, and dream as big as you want. Because could you imagine having $150,000 worth of student loan debt and being able to pay that off in less than a year? Months, guys, as a diamond, months. We could pay off our student loans, our mortgage, our truck payment, all in 1 year from being diamond in Plexus. And I'm not playing when I say that. When you know specific people that have hit that you know and love, it's insane to say that. Like, but how cool would it be to go in and cash buy a boat with no payment plan to go travel and do that with your family? How cool would it be to take a mission trip and to not have to ask for donations for people to support you? What if you fully funded the whole mission trip yourself for your entire team? What if you were able to do an orphanage and to be able to take people that were sex trafficked, that they actually have a place, a safe haven? Like these are real people and real things and real dreams. And each of you guys have that. And I have no idea when the last time was that you guys did that, but now is a good time to start. Okay. So I want you guys to really think about that, pray over it, meditate on it, whatever you feel like works best for you. And I want you guys to really do this. Friend me on Facebook if you haven't yet. And I want you guys to send me a message, and a message with the person that helped you get started. And I want to hear all the things, the goals, the time, what you want to commit, what your dreams are. Like, I want to be able to support you and to raise you up in that. Okay. So I love you guys. I'm going to be respectful of your time. And if you have a second to hop on with an earbud in, go on to, I'm going to stop recording here.